Hey y'all, come on in the kitchen because I want to share with you what I'm having for supper tonight. And it's always been one of my family's favorites, and that's baked spaghetti. It's so easy, y'all. I'm going to start with a can of tomato sauce. And on my tomatoes now, I like crushed tomatoes rather than the diced, because it's like the diced, they won't ever cook down. So the crushed tomatoes work perfect for me. So I've got some parsley. I've got bell pepper. I got bay leaves. Come on, get out of there, all you little ones. I've got house seasoning. I've got seasoned salt. I've got Italian seasoning. I've got fresh garlic. I've got a little bit of sugar. And I have onions. And I'm gonna put this over a medium-high heat, get it to cooking, and then I'm gonna let it simmer for, not too long, maybe a half hour. So I'm just gonna stir this together, get it to boil, and then lower my temperature and let that simmer for a little while. Oh, I forgot my water. And I'm gonna wash out my tomato sauce can. So that's it. And it's so good. My babies especially love baked spaghetti. Okay, our sauce is boiling up nicely, and I simmered it. And now I'm just gonna break up 2 pounds of ground beef. And I don't like mine like just minced. I kind of let it brown and leave in big chunks. So when you bite into that baked spaghetti, you know you got a piece of meat in your mouth. So that's what I'm going to do about that. So I'm going to brown this off until it's totally done. And then I'll be adding it to the sauce. And then we're going to put this thing together. Okay, I've got our ground beef browned, and I'm going to use my spider so I don't get too much fat in it, but you want some fat, or at least I do. And you see how it's in big chunks? So now I'm going to put it in here, and we're going to let this sauce cook for about 30 more minutes and let all those flavors seep into that meat. Oh, it's just looking so good. Actually, it's tasting good too, because I tasted it a little while ago. The sauce is really, really good. All right. Just the meat now, no fat. No fat. There you go. So that's the fat that came out of the ground beef right there. So I'm gonna let this finish cooking uncovered, because it's kind of thin right now, the sauce, and I want it just a little bit tighter. Okay, I've sprayed our 13 by 9 by 2, and the first thing I'm gonna do is put a layer of sauce down. You can actually put this together any way you want to, but like when you're making lasagna, you always want to start with a meat base. And you saw that I sprayed my spaghetti so it wouldn't stick so terribly bad, because I'm using angel hair. I love angel hair pasta, and it cooks so quickly. These little hands are helping me out because the noodles are still so hot. Just want to kind of distribute it. You know, and some people, I like a lot of pasta. And Michael likes a lot of meat, naturally. But I could eat this pasta just with butter. I mean, I wouldn't even need any meat with mine. All right, so I'm going to put a layer of cheese in between those layers. Yum. And then I'm going to save some for the top at the end of the cooking time. The cheese is what makes it so good, y'all. All right. Look how pretty that is. See those big chunks of your ground beef? You know, you really know that you're eating something. What was Jamie making the other day? Oh, I told him, I said, I think I'm gonna make some beef stroganoff. He said, oh, Mama, I made some the other night and it was so delicious, the best I've ever had. And I said, well, what did you do? He said, well, the first thing you want to do is not beat your ground beef up. I said, you're exactly right. You want those big chunks of meat in a dish like that. But, yeah, I got a kick out of him. Uh-oh. I meant to put some cheese over that. I gotta make sure I save some for the top, though. You got some more cheese for me, don't you, Teresa?
I always do.
I knew you did, so there we go. I'm using it. And this is finally cooled down enough that I can touch it, almost. See, now if I had not sprayed those noodles, I wouldn't have ever gotten them to this point because they'd be so stuck together. There's one little piece that kind of stuck right there. Ouch! Ouch! So hot. All right, so I'm going to bake this for about 45 minutes, y'all. You can have that, Teresa. Is that what you was wanting?
Yeah, I'm just going to heat the oven up.
Okay.
Your oven heats
350, yeah. I'm going to bake this at 350. All right, and one more layer of sauce. One reason I love
Actually, it just says bake for 30 minutes.
for 30. Isn't that what I said?
I said 45.
Oh, okay. 30 minutes. Everything, you can see everything is scalding hot. So, I could say bake until hot, thoroughly hot, but it's already thoroughly hot. So you want to bake it just long enough. There's a bay leaf. Remove your bay leaves. All right, in the oven, 30, 40 minutes, whatever you think. The amounts turned out just perfect for this. The perfect amount of sauce to noodles, perfect. So in the oven it goes, and about 5 minutes before it's done, I'll cheese it. I want y'all to look at this baked spaghetti. Oh my goodness. I'm supposed to be having this for supper, but I've got to taste it. Just a little bit. Look at that cheese. Please. And see those chunks of ground beef? You know, I told you to leave them, don't just mince them down to nothing. I mean, just like you're eating a smaller meatball, you know? So good. And you know, the other thing about this is it gets better like the next day and the next day. Yum. Yum. So you gotta come taste it. See y'all.